The Grand Prix are done. A whole new installment of Crash Bandicoot has been released. A new character design and art style for Crash and his friends has been released with the, release of Crash 4. And this game can run on PS5, but there's just nothing there. So, what better time to make a review than now? Anyway, it's your boy De Niro back again with another video making my Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled review. Now, previously when I played this game on my channel, I streamed it on my PlayStation 4 around the time of the Halloween Grand Prix, but most of my stuff, like all my main decals for the champion car and other stuff, is on this system, my Nintendo Switch, because that's what was actually mine. The PlayStation 4 version I was playing was actually my brother's copy, and yeah. Anyway, this is a review. That doesn't matter. What you're here for is my thoughts on the game, and if you should get it or not, or just you just want to hear another person's opinion on this great game. In my opinion, this is the best racing game ever made in gaming. Just plain and simple. No matter what, if I'm ever in a racing mood, I always feel like playing this, but there's always a few things within this game that stop me from doing that. And here are the few things. Well, the loading times. The loading times is pretty much the only thing that's stopping me from playing this as often as I would like to. Because, like, really, the graphical presentation on Switch isn't a problem, and the loading times for this game on Switch isn't a problem either, which is interesting because you would think the Switch would be the worst version of the game, but in reality, the loading times for Switch and other systems aren't far off from one another. The only system that differentiates from Switch, PS4, Xbox One are, of course, the new consoles that this game is reverse compatible with, being Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5, but that goes without saying, and it only has a 10-second difference, and shoot, even that loading time, even though it seems like a blessing, it's actually an error, because when you play online with PS4 players on PS5, you load in too quickly, and you can't even start a race because the PlayStation 5 player loaded in too quickly and the race can't start. But this was a long time ago. I don't know if they patched that out. I'm going to believe they didn't, because I'm subscribed to one of the best Crash YouTubers, Canadian guy. He's always, quick to release news updates on anything that happens to Crash, Spyro, and other 3D platformers from, the Sony area of gaming. And I just don't recall hearing anything about a change in online for this game in general, or a PlayStation 5 patch that lets it runs at 60 or anything like that. But anyway, enough of that. That is one of the main reasons why I don't play this game a lot, but I do love this game tons and tons and tons. My favorite racing game, of course, like I said. But other than that, let's talk about why I like this game so much. One, Crash Bandicoot is one of my favorite video game franchises ever, and just a gaming roster, when it comes to racing at least, of this magnitude isn't commonly seen on consoles. You have Mario Kart, you have Sonic and Sega All-Stars, but the best version for Sonic and Sega All-Stars roster, was on Steam. You got a whole bunch of crossover characters in that, like Team Fortress and some YouTubers and some weird stuff like a soccer commentator. Weird choices, but still interesting and large roster, but that's only on Steam. So for console players, it's still good crossover-wise. You still have Jet Set Radio, Knights, was it Tales of Arcadia, that GameCube game? Also probably a Dreamcast game, but I don't know much about that. But yeah, there's plenty of series to pull from when it comes to that game. But the roster isn't that big, and it's not also on modern platforms. So the fact that this is on modern platforms, it's from a great series we're already familiar with, and it could just be played on the go with Switch, and it could be played on PS4 and Xbox One. It's a great game, and the controls, oh my gosh, this game's, and when it comes to Mario Kart, Sonic racing games, and Crash, they all have different drifting styles, and I like them all for their different drifting styles. But man, there's something about this something about this, the 1, 2, 3, and keeping reserves. Oh, what I didn't do, because I grazed the wall, and I lost my blue flame. But just the combo of constant 1, 2, 3 to keep your drift in this game. It's almost like a fighting game of sorts, a fighting game or a rhythm game. It's just that rhythm of keeping and just hugging the wall so you can get the most optimal turns. And the U-turning, I kind of want a U-turn in the air right now, but this isn't a track that really needs U-turning. There's definitely other tracks we're going to be playing in later when it comes to this video, because this is live gameplay. Because I don't have editing software. But just, man, this game and its characters, its controls, its music, its stages, it's all great. And everybody going into this remake thought it was just going to be Crash Team Racing. We were all fine with that because Crash Team Racing itself is already a great game. Not a lot of tracks on its own, but we were still already expecting that. It was a decent enough cast. We just wanted to see. We already had the first 3 crashes, being Crash 1, Cortex Strikes Back, and Warped. We already had those remade, so it's just like, just do the last Naughty Dog game. You're already halfway there. You're more than halfway there. Just finish it. Just do it. And then they did it, but they just added so much more, plus interest, and that's just... They just went further and beyond, more than what we expected. There's new characters, there's old characters, there's characters that we are familiar with, once again, old characters, but redesigned and seen in a new light that we didn't expect to ever see them in. And just this game is just the game that kept on giving for a long time until the Grand Prix ended. And the fact that the Grand Prix is over, that's not a problem. It's just, this game was so good. It still is, but it's kind of hard to do anything with these dang load times. The online is kind of glitchy and funky from time to time, but most of the time I don't see problems. It was really bad. Week 1, day 1, it was pretty much unplayable. Everybody was teleporting like a Dragon Ball character. Couldn't do a dang thing. And just, it was unplayable. But now it's at a decent state. There's no crossplay, which is unfortunate, but without, I can live without that. It doesn't matter too much. But yeah, the online isn't that big of a deal. It's okay. That's honestly, I'm probably like one of the few people you're gonna hear that from. But yeah, I just don't see much problems on the online. It's really the loading times that get me, because this is, how the heck is this game gonna be so blindingly fast, but the load times are so molasses slow? It's not. I don't have a problem with it. I do, but it's not like I'm gonna trade in the game for it or anything. But yeah, so great roster, great music, great everything, great fan service and all that. Just great everything. So I'm trying to use this game's amazing customization right now to just show you the customization and get ready for the next stage, because all I'm doing when it comes to this review is just showing you the stages I didn't get to do because last time I just streamed the Halloween Grand Prix, so I'm just doing this. So, but here's the next point as to why this game is so great. This game easily has the best kart customization I've ever had in a racing game. Maybe there's something like Mod Nation Racers I never played. I did see Rebel Taxi's video on that game recently, because he bought a lot of PS3 games, because the PS3 store and the PlayStation Vita store were being threatened to be taken down. So a lot of people, including him, went out to go buy a whole bunch of PS3 games, and Mod Nation Racers was one of them. And I know that game has very decent drifting, very good controls. It had a lot of great fan-made, community-made stages that aren't accessible anymore, but it had great customization as well. And once again, that's a game that's gone, and Crash is a game that's here, and it has amazing customization. I'm making sure I go into all these tracks with showing you the prowess and just what you can do with the customization. And it's just, oh my gosh, you just go into Mario Kart nowadays and you pick Mario, the kart will be red, and then you can change the wheels, you can change the glider. That's a good game and all, but there's the customization and the roster. Shoot, how many Marios do you need to be satisfied in that roster, man? There are so many freaking Marios. If that golden waffle is not in the, oh, how's it snow over here? Goodness gravy, nope, there goes blue flame. Goodness, I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm rusty. I didn't get that golden waffle. But back to this and Mario Kart. This Mario Kart, it's just, you pick Mario, the cart will be red. That's it. You can't have Mario in a neon green car or anything. It's got to be red, or it's got to be whatever color that certain car is, because Mario can't turn the Blue Falcon red or anything, which, shoot, you used to in Mario Kart Wii, but it's not like that matters too much. But all I'm saying is, it's just nice to have funky design choices. Like, it's possible for me to have some really bizarre and out there kart designs that you wouldn't want to see, but you can. You have the option. It's always nice to have the option for whatever blank, you know? And it's just, this game provides it to you. And for the longest time, I didn't even know this game ran at 30 frames per second, but it does. The game just looks and runs so smoothly with its motion blur and all that, that I just didn't know 30 frames per second was what this ran at. So the whole 60 frames per second that a few people are asking for when it comes to PS5 isn't even needed, really. I'm getting the scope of Wampa this time. Oh my gosh, losing form. But these things don't go that fast. Anyway, here's blue. Got it. But yeah, what is it? I'm pretty sure a common question that every time someone talks about this game is, what's your favorite Grand Prix? I would like to say, I guess, the Halloween one, because the biggest change in the whole game, other than a few characters being added, was the change of engine swapping. Because for the longest time, I used acceleration, and I wasn't good enough to do speed, but I'm doing speed now, because I am actually good enough to do speed now. Even though you're not seeing it with this gameplay. But there was a time where I solely used acceleration, and I couldn't use characters I wanted to, like Crunch, because Crunch is one of my favorite characters of the Crash series as well. So I was kind of stuck, and I couldn't even use the main character of the game. How the heck are you going to have Crash Bandicoot, the main character of the game, be one of the worst classes in the whole game being balanced? So I was forced to play Coco, which isn't a big deal because I like Coco, but I couldn't play Crash, I couldn't play Cortex, and I couldn't play Polar, even though I don't want to play Polar. I couldn't. I just wanted the option, and I didn't have said option because their class. Like, you are factually going to lose if someone of the speed class is racing your balance behind. And it's not balanced because speed is just factually so much better. I'm like, oh, I could turn a bit better and balanced or something. Like, that's not the biggest deal. We got U-turns. We're fine. But, man, it's just... Yeah, so with that said, the Halloween update is the best because it brought my favorite character in the Crash series, being Nina Cortex, who I'm about to play right now, because I'm always looking for a reason to have her in a video. But it brought her, it brought engine swapping, it brought a good stage, a pretty good Halloween stage, because what was it? This game came out the same year as this is Crash, as Team Sonic Racing. And it's just, I was just seeing a theme of good Halloween stages in these racing games that year. I was just like, dang. The song isn't that good. It's okay, but just a lot of good Halloween racing stages. And I wasn't really... What is it? When you go to Mario Kart, I hate boo houses or any other spooky stages. Not the biggest fan. But it was nice to go to this and Team Sonic Racing and have a nice Halloween stage just waiting for you there. I'm trying to see which one I'm going to pick. I'm showing you the full prowess of this customization, man. I'm not going to freaking slack and just not show you its prowess, man. This customization is freaking sublime, man. So is that color down here? Where is it? I'm looking for the color for that, for this cart. Can't find it. There's so many colors. There's so many colors. What is it, 151 colors? And I feel like I might actually be missing something because there might be some pre-order color or something for... Yeah, shoot, I don't have that $5 support the U.S. Army color. So maybe there's 152 colors and I just don't have that. But man, this game's customization, I really can't find this color. Is this? It's not this. I might just do the silver trophy. Oh, looks good enough. But yeah, is it Spooky Grand Prix? Something like that. I don't know the name of it. But that is definitely my favorite Grand Prix, just for the addition of Nina Cortex alone. But the engine swapping is greatly appreciated, because now I can play everybody in the roster if I feel like it. And it's just... Because, shoot, even though characters are being added post-Spooky Grand Prix, you can still change the engine swap to Classic. And Classic is like, okay, this character was unlocked, and this character has these stats. So even though, after the Spooky Grand Prix, you can do engine swapping, they were still releasing characters with a base stat. And I was looking at it, Nina had speed, and I think that was like one of the only characters that was coming out that had the speed stat. So if I didn't learn how to use speed, I wouldn't have been able to use Nina, and thanks to the engine swapping, I could just use Nina and speed in general. But yeah, there's some characters like Von Clutch that I think are balanced or turn or something, and thanks to the engine swapping, I can use them. So, and I pretty much said everything there is to say about this game, because there's not this game. I know I'm supposed to take that shortcut because I know it's way more optimal by not trying to hug any walls and just use flame. Oh, that was it. Oh my goodness. But what is it? On its last update, this game added the dev trial. It's nice to have that many challenges in this game. But oh my goodness. Oh, you need blue flame for that shortcut. Okay, I forgot. So long. Not so long. I freaking played this like last week. But I'm getting sidetracked. It's my fault. Pretty much said everything there is to say about this game. But I need to finish all the tracks because I want there to be at least some gameplay of the last few tracks that are added to this game. This track song is pretty good, and I didn't know you could stop missiles with the beaker. I was just trying so hard not to get hit. But other than the load times and other than a few jankiness in online, this game is really perfect, and I'm pretty sure most reviews will agree with me when I say that. And there's just really nothing to say. It has so much fan service. It had enough original content to where it's a warranted purchase. And what else? Yeah, the price tag. That's the one thing I guess I didn't talk about. The price tag of $40, and it's constantly on sale on all platforms on the digital front. Where can you go wrong? It's the price of a dang 3DS game, but it's definitely way more than a 3DS game. And it's just one of the best racing game experiences you will have if you pick this up. The drifting doesn't take long to get used to. It's not hard. Just keep your eye on the meter. And if you're... Shoot, in this game, there's a new visual indicator on the wheels, if your vehicle has wheels, which my car does not at this very moment. If you have wheels on your vehicle, your wheels will glow a nice bright orange to tell you that you're about to reach the end of your drift and you should stop your drift. Dang it! Oh my goodness, let's try to get this off. I'm probably not gonna make it. I did, but still, yeah. If you don't want to look all the way in the bottom right corner of the map, you have that visual indicator on your walls that has been added as a Nitro Fuel. There was no visual indication in the original back on PlayStation 1. This is so much. And shoot, if you're a fan of the original PlayStation 1 soundtrack, you can go to the options and change it back to the original soundtrack from CTR on PlayStation 1 and the original soundtrack of Crash Nitro Fueled on PS2 and GameCube. And Xbox? I believe Xbox. I didn't even mention that, but I'm pretty sure with me mentioning crunch and how late this review is being released, everyone knows that, yeah, there's Nitro Kart characters. Everyone knows about the Nitro Kart characters. I'm just gonna go down this amazing roster and bask in its awesomeness. Alright, Checkpoint Craig. I can't believe they actually added this, man. The last batch of characters are kind of sort of meme-tastic. Not meme-tastic. But yeah, this guy fixed Rillalu like the last one was a problem. He does look like my friend Riley. He honestly just looks like a dude that never heard of the idea of shaving. Just looks like Sasquatch and sticking it into a Slim Jim. Just didn't look like a Rilla. Not a, maybe he looked like a Roo. I don't know what jacked up Roo he could possibly look like, but maybe there's one out there he looked like. so here we are, the last track for this. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm probably gonna be thinking of things to say when it comes to the video, but I've pretty much said my 2 cents. This is gonna be me ending it on the last Grand Prix stage that was added, and that's pretty much it. There's not much to say. That's gravy. The customization options in this game and the graphics on all systems are not bad. Of course, they're sublime on PlayStation 4, PS5, and the higher systems, but Switch, it's really not that bad. Crash went into the Switch pretty good. It's Spyro that kind of struggled on Switch. He's over here having an 8 GB update so you can play Spyro 2 and 3, and even if you have the game physical, you only have Spyro 1 on the cartridge, and then you need an 8 GB update to play the other 2. But Crash came onto the system, on the other hand. He came onto the system and landed with grace. Even when Crash 4 was released, he landed with grace. It's just, there just wasn't anything wrong going on with Crash when it came to the system. I'm going to try my best to use everything I can for this last customization. I could do a Megumi face, but other than Nina's portrait picture, I don't really like to use portraits. Look at that awesomeness, man. The customizations options in this game are so cool. Oh my gosh, I can understand where everybody's coming from when they want a 60 frames per second update and an online update. I can live without the 60 frames per second. This game already moves great enough, and honestly, the 60 frames per second might do something to how I'm used to the tracks, because I'm not the crazy motion blur, the crazy speed, the U-turns you're gonna have to see, the visuals of one of the stages like what we're about to go to right now. It's just, there's so much stuff going on. 60 frames per second might actually be overwhelming, but I'm pretty sure with an update like that, BNX would be smart enough to do you want to play in 30? That's good. That's fine. Because they don't hesitate on options. They gave us so many options when it came to this game, man. Like, think about it. This is the first game we go to Gas Moxia. It's the only game still. Even though we dealt with Oxide and Crash Bandicoot 4 is about time. This is the only game we go to Gas Moxia. And just what is it? Nitrous Oxide was over here like, Gas Moxia this, Gas Moxia that, survival of the fastest. Like, he's talking all this smack. I'm like, okay, let me see what's cranking with freaking Gas Moxia. What's so good about Gas Moxia? And we finally get to go there. And dang it! It's everything I guess I thought it would be. With all that green on his stage, I guess I saw something like this coming. You try to make it. I need blue flame for that shortcut? Goodness gravy. Okay. Okay. Chill. I didn't get the boost! Goodness gravy. I don't need blue flame for this. Ah, that's pizza, and I went for pizza at the beginning. Wow, I'm doing horribly on this last race. But yeah, long story short, with all the technical stuff you can freaking do, goodness, I'm looking horrible. I need to play this more. Low times or not, I need to play this more. But long story short, with all the technical stuff you can pull off in this game, U-turning, keeping blue flame. Oh. I got one shortcut. That's probably going to be the only one I'm going to get. I'm going to drive it safe for the rest of this so this video can freaking end. Oh no. And we're doing burger again when it comes to stuff. Okay, great. But just everything, the music, the roster, the customization. Shoot, to some extent online play, even though when it comes to online I can't even connect with my friends because it's either I'm joinable or not, and most of the time I'm not. First place. Let's keep it! I'm done. And I gotta go the long way because of pizza. These are Bob. Clearly the CPUs in this race are Bob's Burgers fans and aren't fans of pizza from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a from Teenage Mutant Turtles. What do? They make pizza. But yeah, this one of the best racing games you're gonna purchase if you want to purchase it. And just there's not much more to say, but how I structured this video, I kind of set myself up to where I needed more to talk about. But what you need to say about this game is so quick, and you don't need to say much. The game speaks for itself. It doesn't really need me to say much about it, but I just wanted at least one more video of this game on my channel course, in the future, there'll probably be more streams, but I just want one more. Ah, I forgot about Blue Flame. This is the most embarrassing freaking bit of gameplay of this game on my channel. This is going to be the last time I freaking flounder this badly. In the future, I'm not having this kind of freaking gameplay. Oh, good, we got pizza. Okay. But yeah. The game speaks for itself. I don't need to speak for it on its behalf. Now that I'm thinking about it, not now that I'm thinking about it, but now that I'm remembering what I said about the 60 FPS. I'm looking at all these dang gas Moxian ships. What are they fighting? They're fighting for territory. I forgot. It's Toxic. Is it Toxic Burger and something pizza? But yeah, they're fighting for territory. And just all that going on while I'm racing and trying to focus on my U-turns and keeping my Blue Flame, even though there wasn't the slightest idea of me keeping Blue Flame. I'm trying to do all that, and they're over here fighting for territory. 60 frames per second, and maybe 10-second loading times. 10-second loading time sounds so sublime. I still don't understand why this game has such loading problems. It's not that graphically demanding, but maybe I don't know. I'm just a gamer. I'm not a game creator. I don't know the first thing about video game development. So let me take 20 steps back. 20, and not even go there. But anyway, until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.